Welcome. In this session I will be explaining about hepatic jaundice. It is also called hepatocellular jaundice. So the main cause for this hepatic jaundice is infection with hepatitis virus. Okay, viral hepatitis. It may be due to hepatitis A virus, that is HAV, which is transmitted by the intake of contaminated food and water, or another cause for this hepatic jaundice is infection by hepatitis B virus, HBV, which is transmitted through parenteral contamination by infected blood or blood products. The virus is highly contagious and can be destroyed only by boiling for 20 minutes. It is a DNA virus which destroys the hepatic cells. So in hepatocellular damage or dysfunction, it is mainly caused by natural hepatotoxins, chemicals, drugs and viral infections which impairs bilirubin uptake and its conjugation by liver, resulting in hepatic jaundice. This hepatic jaundice is characterized by increased level of direct and indirect bilirubin in the blood. So the clinical condition will be known as conjugated and unconjugated hyperbilirubinemia. So both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin levels are high in the blood. It gives a biphasic reaction with Vandenberg test because of the presence of both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin. Initially the patients with hepatic jaundice will excrete more amount of urobilinogen but no bilirubin in urine. But as soon as the micro obstruction of bile ducts occurs, these patients begin to excrete bilirubin but less urobilinogen in urine. The appearance of bilirubin in urine is known as bilirubinuria. Okay, these patients pass pale yellow or clay colored stool due to low content of fecal stercobilin. So the fecal urobilinogen is decreased in the case of hepatic jaundice. Pale yellow or clay colored stool will be found. Urine bilinogen may be increased or decreased, and the alkaline phosphatase level will be slightly increased, usually less than 30 units per liter. Other symptoms will be nausea, vomiting and loss of appetite. The biochemical findings in hepatic jaundice includes the biphasic Vandenberg reaction because of the presence of both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin, and serum bilirubin will be high up to 20 mg%. Bilirubin is present in urine and urobilinogen is increased, single positive or normal. Fecal stercobilinogen is decreased, steatorrhea is present, prothrombin time is increased, turbidity and flocculation test will be double positive to triple positive. Serum alkaline phosphatase activity will be 2 or 3 times increased. And bile pigment will be present in urine, bile salt will be present, and normal or decreased level of urobilinogen is found in urine, and in fecus urobilins will be normal or decreased. Biphasic reaction with Vandenberg indirect test because of the presence of both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin. Vandenberg reaction will be biphasic in nature, and Vandenberg indirect test with conjugated, that is direct test with conjugated bilirubin will be in early phase it will be increased, and excretion is rate limiting. Serum alkaline phosphatase will be 2 or 3 times increased. We can summarize hepatic jaundice as it is characterized by increased level of direct and indirect bilirubin in blood. The condition is called as conjugated and unconjugated hyperbilirubinemia. Serum SGPT and SGOT levels are elevated in hepatic jaundice. Normal or decreased amount of urobilinogen in urine, and presence of bilirubin in urine. So these are the clinical findings you can find in hepatic jaundice or hepatocellular jaundice. Thank you for watching this video.